One of my most favorite things to do when I am on St. Martin Island is to go to Maho Beach. And you might be familiar with Maho Beach. It is the beach where the planes come right over the top of your head as they're landing on the runway that is literally just right across the street from the beach. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a couple different ways that you can get to Maho Beach and a few tips you might want to be aware of should you decide to go visit. My name is Debbie Morton. I am a solo nomad traveler, and each year I like to come to St. Martin and spend anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. I absolutely love this place. I feel very safe here, and it's beautiful and it's tropical. I'll flip the camera around and show you a picture of what the view looks like out my window. I have to turn it around in order to shoot this video because of the lighting. But this is an absolutely amazing place. So let's talk about, and by the way, if you want to follow in my adventures, if you want to know how I fund my adventures, then hit that subscribe button. Happy to have you along for the journey. So let's talk about Maho Beach. So Maho Beach is a very small strip of beach. It's walkable from one side to the other. It only takes a few minutes. There is a restaurant and bar that is located on each end of the beach. So as you're waiting for the airplanes to come in, you can hang out and have a drink, get some food, and wait for the airplanes. Both restaurants will post the times of the jets coming in. So all day long, there are airplanes that are coming in, and a lot of them are like the island hopper airplanes. Use those airplanes to kind of test where you want to be for that perfect picture or that perfect video. But keep in mind, there's only a few big jets that come in. The next thing you can do is there are websites that you can go to, and I'm not going to list them here. Just Google flights coming into Maho Beach, or I think it's Princess Juliana Airport, SXM. If you put the flight schedule, because this is such a famous beach, there are websites that will post the time that each of the jets are expected to come in, and whether they're on time or whether they're delayed. So Google to find a website, and that will also give you that window of time where you'll have the best opportunity to get the kind of pictures that I'm showing here inside of this video. So how do you get to Maho Beach? If you come to St. Martin on a cruise ship, you're going to have a limited amount of time. If you're somebody who likes the security and you want to make sure that you get back to the ship on time, there most likely will be some excursions with your ship. And so you can sign up for one of the excursions. The bus will bring you to Maho Beach. I don't know the specifics on the excursion, but just know that most cruise ships will have an excursion that can get you to Maho Beach, and hopefully they are there at a time where you can get some good pictures of the big jets arriving. If you are here on the ship and you don't want to take the excursion, excursions are usually a little bit pricier. In Phillipsburg, you can either grab a taxi, and the taxi can take you to and from Maho Beach. You can also get like private guides that will take you to and from Maho Beach and will also show you around the island a little bit. Just make sure you get back to that cruise ship in time. There are also buses inside of Phillipsburg that will say Maho on the windshield, and I'm going to talk about the bus system here in just a second, but you can catch a bus, which is actually a van, and you can take that over to Maho. It might be, I don't know, maybe a 20-minute ride there and back, and that would be the least expensive way to get there. And if worse comes to worse, you can always catch a cab to make sure that you get back to your cruise ship in time. If you happen to be staying on the island of St. Martin, there's a couple different ways that you can get there. One of them is taxi. And there are taxis all over the island. Whatever resort you're staying in can arrange a taxi for you. But keep in mind, that's probably going to be the most expensive way to get there, because you're going to have the taxi fare getting there and the taxi fare getting back. I'm going to share with you how I get there, and I think this is like the coolest and least expensive way to get there, and it's just kind of a fun adventure. The island of St. Martin has a bus system. Now, this is not buses like you would typically think of a bus in, for instance, the United States, where there's a schedule and you can read the schedule and you go to the bus stop and you wait for bus number such and such. It's not like that at all. The buses here are vans, and you'll spot them because in the windshield of the van, there will be a sign, and that sign will say where the bus is headed. So the bus routes typically will say Phillipsburg, which is where the cruise ships are. It may say Marigot, which is the other side of the island. It is the French side of the island, or it may say Maho. So if you're staying in Marigot, you will need to take a bus toward Phillipsburg, get off that bus, and switch to a bus that says Maho. So it will take 2 bus rides to get there. If you're in Phillipsburg or anywhere in between Phillipsburg and Maho, so along Simpson Bay, any of that stretch, you can catch a bus that says Maho, and you'll simply get on, and it's a van. There are bus stops, but know that you don't have to be at a bus stop for the van to pull over and pick you up. So in the distance, when you see one of these vans heading your way with the sign in the windshield that will say Maho, you can just wave them down and they'll stop and pick you up. If you can get to a bus stop, it's that much better. But when you get on the bus, grab a seat, and as you get off, it's about $2. And that's as of this filming. I will usually hand the driver $2. I've never been asked for more. I have heard that some routes do charge a little bit more, but and I'll watch to see how much people are paying the bus driver or the van driver. But I usually will hand $2. In the past, I've been handed back 50 cents, and I've never been asked for more. So you're going to grab a van. The van will drop you off right in the little town. There's like a little strip with a couple of resorts, some restaurants, and a couple places to shop. The van will drop you off there, and it's a quick 2-block walk to get over to the beach. When you're ready to head back to your resort, again, walk back to where you got off the van and just wait for the van to Phillipsburg to come by. And again, you can get on that bus or that van and you can take that back toward Phillipsburg and back toward your resort. My recommendation is whatever resort you're staying in or hotel that you're staying in, check with the concierge or check with somebody at the front desk. They will tell you where it is that you need to be to catch the bus or the van. They'll tell you where you need to be. They might be able to give you what the current rate is for getting over to Maho. They'll give you all of the directions. It's a little bit of an adventure the first time, but it's a great way to get to Maho Beach and back, and it's super inexpensive. It's like half the cost of the taxi fare, just one way to the beach. Here is a couple of videos of the planes actually coming in for landing. This was kind of fun. I also took a video from the airplane as I was flying in. So I'm also going to share with you that video as well. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you've gotten some valuable information. If you want to pay a visit to Maho Beach, I highly recommend it. It's fun and it's thrilling. The one thing you don't want to do, don't stand against the fence as planes are taking off. There's lots of danger signs, warning signs. There's huge jet wash that comes back off the airplane, and people have been seriously injured and even killed by standing too close to that. So make sure that you exercise caution walking along the road, standing up near where the planes are taking off. But when you're there, it's fun, it's high energy, and I know that you're going to have a great time. If you've enjoyed this, again, hit that subscribe button. You can put any questions or comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.